Hi, this is Chad Garber, and in this video, I'm going to show you what I believe to be the most important techniques you can implement in order to learn how to play a musical instrument. Okay, here's the deal. You basically break down the parts, whatever part you're trying to learn on, or any part you're trying to learn on an instrument, and you break it down to the smallest part as it can be broken down to. Okay, and then you take that and you play that part as slowly as you need to play it perfectly. Again, you might have to go, it doesn't matter how slow you have to go, but you go down as slow as you can until you can do it right. Okay? And what you do when you get to that part, you implement what I call the 5-minute technique, which is you play that part that slowly for 5 minutes straight, over and over again for 5 minutes straight. Okay? And then what you do is after you do that, you can increase the speed, even if it's just a hair. You increase the speed, and then you do that again for 5 minutes straight. And again, and then you just keep on increasing. Now, you might not be able to do all this in one day. Sometimes you can do, at a certain speed, do that at a certain speed for one day, and the next day you can speed it up or whatever. But that's kind of the technique in general, and I'll show you how I implemented it. Okay, so there's a lick I just learned on YouTube, and it went like this. Okay, so when I first started, I started going really slow, and so I broke it down slow, and that actually helps you when you break it down to go slow. It also enables you to figure out which parts you're struggling with. And so I started to do it slow. And what I noticed is I was having trouble with this part. This right here. Because there's a two picking and a pull off. And so my fingers weren't doing it right. And so what I did is I took that one part and I slowed it way down. And then I took a metronome. I have this nice metronome. You can use it too. It's called a probe metronome. Okay. And so I took this, and I basically, I forgot to mention that. You got to use a metronome. Well, you don't have to, but in order to slow it down, you got to use a metronome to get it even. All right, so I slowed it down. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but so I go. So I just end up doing it. So for 5 minutes, literally, I went. And actually, it was a lot slower. It was like. And I think it was even slower than that. I think it started out like. And again, I'm not trying to show you this particular lick. I'm just kind of showing you how this overall technique, how it works for me. And so I went really slow, and I had the metronome, and I did it for 5 minutes straight. And then I've been playing guitar for a while, so it came pretty quickly for me. So I was able to speed it up a couple times. I was able to speed it up quite a bit right then, and then do the next level of speed at 5 minutes. And then I could go a little faster. And I'm still not. I still haven't mastered it yet. It's one of the first day I've started using this technique for this particular lick. That's how you do it pretty much. And so I did it for 5, I think that's kind of the key here is like you take the part you're trying to learn and you slow it down, okay? And when you slow it down, you can see what parts you're struggling with. Take the part you're struggling with and play that part as perfectly as you can, as slow as you need. Slow it down so you can play it as slow as you need to do it. And then use a metronome and repeat it for literally 5 minutes. I look at the clock and I say, okay, 9:35, I do it 9:40. I do it with the drums all the time. And this is really where it came from. I've been playing, I gave up playing drums for a while, but I got back into it, and I've been really watching a lot of YouTube videos, and I really have seen this technique really help me with the drums. If I'm struggling with a beat or a kick or, whatever, like if I can't do a certain kick pattern or a beat pattern or anything, I'll slow it down with a metronome to the point where I can play it well, even if it's like crawling. And then I'll do that for 5 minutes. And then I'll speed it up a little bit. And that's really where this technique really came into focus for me. So anyway, I really believe that this thing is crucial. Something about 5 minutes, doing something over and over and over and over and over and over and over again for 5 minutes, for some reason, makes it stick. Now, obviously you'll do a lot of 5 minutes. Sometimes I'll have to do the same speed 5 minutes, like with the drums, for instance. I'll do certain beats at the same speed, for, 5 minutes for the 5 minutes straight at the same speed for days until I'm able to get up to it. But eventually, whether it be hours, minutes, days, weeks, eventually your body catches up to you, and then you can always increase it just a little bit. Now, when you increase, here's the deal. Here's a big deal. Okay, don't rush it. What I tried to do in the past is, and what I assume a lot of people try to do, is I would like rush it. I would like go from, let's say I'm doing 120 on the like a tempo of 120, and I would jump it up to 200 the next time. But the problem is I didn't learn it. I didn't get it right at 200. I was sloppy, and so rather than go to 200, go to 130. Even though it's just a little bit faster, you can play it well. You can play it well. You got to play it well. In other words, you don't want to play something you don't want to not play it well for 5 minutes straight, because it's not going to help you. You want to play it well for 5 minutes straight. So it takes time, but it's what's cool about it also is that you can actually see your progress. It's amazing. Because yesterday I couldn't do that, or last week I could not do that beat at this speed. Now I can. Or that last week I couldn't play that lick at this speed, but now I can. So you can see the results. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you get some time, give me like this video and subscribe to my channel. And so thanks for watching.